today it's time to try the E-Flite Commander on a kind of a longer grass field. So I know these wheels, they are not really that huge, kind of small actually. So let's just head outside and see if this one works on taller grass. It's always a little bit of a struggle to get off this grass field, especially when you are in the middle of the really growing season and the grass gets taller every day, and it's a little bit damp also during, especially during the morning. So far I've had a bunch of flights with this Commander, and it's a really truly well controlled RC airplane. And this flight is on a 4S 2200 mAh battery, and I think if you want to have the right agility and speed, 4S is the way to go. And it's actually quite difficult to oversteer this Commander, at least in my experience. And I think also that's a good thing, because you don't have to worry too much. And you don't, of course I do have expo as usual, like 20 or 30% expo. But I think you could actually reduce the expo and have like 15% maybe. And then we have like the design of this RC airplane, which is white and blue. And white is something that does disappear against a really white sky like today. And blue is not too great if you just come fly, against clouds and clear blue sky. So although I think that the blue color and the design of the RC airplane looks really nice, it's not the best for orientation. But so far I have no problems telling where I'm having this Commander mPd. And it's just so well behaved to fly inverted, so you can almost just keep all flight inverted, except for the landing then. As with most 1.4 meter wingspan RC airplanes, they are not as quick on their feet as shorter wingspan RC airplanes. So if you have like a 1.2, it's usually much quicker to turn and just maneuver in the sky. And flap flying with the flap settings according to the manual works great. There's really no ballooning, just slows down the RC airplane. So I really wish for this one that they have had include some sort of LED lights. It would have been really great, first off for orientation, but also for appearance. I did actually have a few flights prior to this one where I discovered that actually the spinner wasn't really tightened enough. Although I did actually mount it, somehow it got a little bit loose, and I had some really bad, what I thought was prop sound, but it wasn't really that. It was actually just a spinner that got loose. So let's get this one down then. See how it works, if I can make it smooth. As far as I'm concerned, one thing that is really important to me is actually how good an RC airplane is to fly off grass, because I do almost all my flights on grass, and I usually have like two options. I have a really shortcut grass field, which is quite smooth, and then I have like a rougher grass field. And I mean, most high wing RC airplanes like Bush style, they have no problems with the longer grass. But then again, some RC airplanes do really struggle, and this one is one of those RC airplanes that will struggle when you have rougher ground and longer grass. So is that really a fault of the RC airplane? No, it's not, but it's how I actually prefer to fly my RC airplane. And I think when you have this kind of taller grass field, and then you have so much more options if you have an RC airplane that can actually handle these grass fields. So I would just take a few moments to compare this one first off to the Durafly Slowpoke, which is a similar sized RC airplane. And the Slowpoke, I have actually replaced the wheels, so it does feature turbo timber wheels. And with the Slowpoke, I have no problem just to take off or land on grass. It's just a super well constructed RC airplane to do that. I can also compare this one to the E-Flite Valiant, which does struggle even more than this one to take off on grass. I think it's lighter, so the landing is easier. And then I can compare this one also to the E-Flite Air Tractor, which is only 1.5 meter wingspan RC airplane. And the Air Tractor handles grass, longer grass, much better than this one, so it's easier to take off and land. And also the free wing Pandora, if you have like the low wing tail drag configuration, it handles grass really well. And even I think that in the tricycle gear configuration on the free wing Pandora, it actually does handle better than this one. So I mean, grass ops, longer grass is not the strong thing about this RC airplane, but I mean, it's a great flying one. I have kind of fun with it. It's not really the best E-Flite or the best low wing RC airplane I have, but it surely is, I mean, featured, easy to put together with flaps and everything. So I mean, maybe not the best RC airplane then for longer grass.